So this is a story that I have told before. It's not a. I don't think I recorded myself telling this story, but I feel like as a kid, I never told anybody about the situation. Um, but I definitely mentioned this situation before. So here we go. I am a person that sees and hears things at times. So very much so into horror, very much so into sci-fi, very much so into anything that has to do with spirituality and the other side of life and the other side of the moon and our planet and the universe and what's going on the side of the veil that we can't see but is always very thin and wide open. As a kid, I was over at my grandma's house a lot, like, kids tend to be. So one day I'm over at my grandma's. I'm downstairs by myself. It's dark. She has this big house, creaky stairs. And I'm downstairs in the living room watching a movie. Not sure what I was watching. It was probably something scary. Um, so I was already on edge. Now, I don't know how old I was, but I know for a fact that I was a child, probably still in elementary school. So you can't say, oh, I was high or drunk or on any type of drugs because I was a kid and I wasn't on shit. I was sleepy. So yeah, by myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm about to go ahead and go up to bed because I don't want to sleep down here on this couch because it's dark, and I want to go get in Granny's bed. So I head on up the steps. Nothing out of the ordinary. The room is still dark, but I don't believe I turned the TV off, or there had to be some type of nightlight or something on because I know what I seen is exactly what I seen. And I have a picture of what I seen. So I'm going up the stairs, nothing crazy, nothing wild. All of a sudden, something jumps on my back. Yes, I'm a child, but something smaller than me jumps on my back. So the structure and the layout of my grandma's house is the living room is to the left. There's like a small space once you enter the home. It's like a square space. Living room is to the left. Straight ahead is the steps. Straight ahead is also a hallway that leads to the kitchen, and there will be a bathroom in the back towards the kitchen. But then when you step into the home and you got your living room to the left and your steps in the front, you have this room to the right, which is like one of those other living rooms that grandparents tend to have that's all nice and decorated. Don't nobody ever go in there. Don't nobody ever do anything in there because I guess nobody should be in there. Now, in her little special extra living room area, she has a bunch of stuffed animals, a bunch of paintings, a bunch of African masks, and then she got this like nutcracker looking doll, and it's black. And it looked like it's made out of wood or something like that. I don't know where this doll is from. It got this weird looking mustache. It looks like the Nutcracker Christmas dolls, you feel me? But this one she got is dark skinned, and it, and like I said, it looks like it's made out of wood, and it's in this like jester Christmas nutcracker type of outfit. And I don't believe it has legs, but it has two arms, and I believe in one of the hands is some type of stick or something like that. um my grandma to this very day, March, what is today? What, March 3rd, 2025? 1:30 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon. She still has this doll in that same room. I went to see her over Christmas. She had it out the room and she had it hanging up as some type of Christmas decoration. But that same doll was what jumped on my back. So this thing jumped on my back. I'm like on the third step. So I ain't even halfway up the steps. I'm on like the third or so step, kind of walking up, climbing up or whatever. This thing jumps on my back and I drop down to my hands and knees. And at that point, I'm just like, I felt like I was screaming, but nobody came. You feel me? Like I felt like I was making noise. I know I was moving around trying to get whatever it was up off of me. Because at that point, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I just knew something on my back and I don't want it to be on my back. You feel me? I'm a kid. I don't know what the fuck going on. So it's on my back. And I gotta be making noise, right? I gotta be screaming and shit. But like I said, nobody is coming. I believe my dad still lived there. I know my uncle still lived there. They had a room upstairs to the left of the stairs across the street. I said across the street, across the hallway from my grandma. I was going to get in my granny's bed. But I feel like I know my granny was home because they wouldn't leave me by myself at night just to be home alone. So I know somebody was home. But nobody came to my rescue. Nobody came to see what the fuck was going on. Nobody came. So this thing is on my back. I finally swing it the fuck off. And I look over to my right and I see this nutcracker doll. And after that, I'm gone. I'm up the stairs. And it was just like, to this very day, that specific memory is one that stays with me because, like, if you asked me what happened after that, what happened after I got up the steps, I couldn't tell you because after that, I don't know. I don't know. The memory for that is blacked out. I blacked out. I don't know what the fuck happened once I got up them stairs, but I know for a 1000% fact that little African looking doll jumped on my back and is still in that same room and is being utilized to this day. Now I never asked my grandma about this doll. I never even really told her anything about what happened. I don't think I told my dad or anything what happened. I might have told like my friend or something. And I think I might have posted this story maybe on Snapchat years and years ago or something like that, or maybe Instagram years and years ago. But I never told my parents this. You feel me? Um but things like that from a child, I remember. And that's not the only supernatural thing that's happened to me. I have way more stories to tell because as a kid, I done seen some things. Like that doll jumping on my back is a memory that I will never, ever, 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 ever forget because it's like stamped into my mind. Certain parts of my childhood I don't remember. But shit like that, I'ma always remember because it's like, yo, this is something ain't nobody gonna ever believe. But I know it happened to me. You feel me? So I know where I sent this story off to. There is a podcast that tells true life stories of people. They call in and they leave their story in like a 2 minute or 3 minute voicemail. I called in and I left my story to be played on one of his episodes. So that's where I left it. I think it's like what? Um True ghost stories from real people or something like that on those lines. But yes, that was my true ass ghost story from a real ass everyday person. I was a little ass girl still in elementary school, sitting downstairs on the couch, finishing up some type of show. I got sleepy. I'm walking up the steps. Something smaller than me jumps on my back. No noises was made from this creature, this thing. I know I had to scream or make some type of noise, but again, y'all, nobody came to see about me. That dog was about to, I don't even know what. I don't know. But he was on my back. I shook him off. I looked over to the right at it because y'all know his room is to the right. He in that special living room with all the dolls and the African mask and the stuffed animals and the couches and tables and shit that nobody eat on or even sit on. That room, that's where it came from, and it jumped on me, and I looked over and I dipped up the steps. Blacked out after that because I don't know what happened after that. But that's my story. And I was just watching something and they were telling stories about supernatural things that people wouldn't believe. And they said, you know what? Let me go ahead and record mine because a lot of shit that I think I've seen and been through, a lot of people don't want to believe it, can't believe it, and will never actually be able to wrap their minds around it. There's a whole nother supernatural world out here. We're not the only beings existing. A lot of people have seen a lot of things that nobody else would believe, and I'm one of them. And that doll, that was one of my things, y'all. Later.